Hmm. Ogre Matron and the Ogre Cave. I think that's where we left off. Possibly. Oh, come on, fucking load map. Sweet Jesus, the loading times on White March are pretty much terrible.
Of course.
Right. Flames that whisper. The goal here is not to pick a fight if we can help it, but if we can't, we'll just kill all the things.
The ogre that decorated this cave would be much in demand among the Takan. The skullwork is very pleasing.
Petrified skull is as cold and hard as stone. Wax tears dribble from the eye sockets. Hmm. There are two paths.
Now this I haven't seen before.
I'm hoping to minimize the amount of fighting at the very least. I'm guessing if I would have handled the release of the ogre prisoner, the slave, properly, this might have been avoided. This will probably go here. We need a key, no matter what we do. Ice tubes. Might be an escape path. White shad snakes deep underground. The lip is surrounded by scattered refuge and half-gnawed carcasses, but wisps of light wink along the walls below. Yet the chute disappears in the darkness. Peering into the depths, all you can see are shattered bone and streaks of frozen sludge stuck in the ice. A rancid odor of rotted meat wafts from the chute. The ice that varnishes the chute feels slick and smooth. It won't offer any traction. The faint echoes from the depths suggest it's a long way down. However, you notice a thick stalagmite nearby. It looks sturdy enough to hold a rope and a grappling hook. Okay. You secure your hook to a thick, solid-looking stalagmite, giving the rope a tug for good measure. It holds, and you cast the free end into the darkness of the chute. As okay, let's go. You grab the rope and plant your feet as best you can against the slippery ice. Lower yourself slowly, seeking out rough patches and rips in the marbled and field-streaked ice. After a couple of minutes, the mouth of the chute disappears above you. The climb tests your patience more than your strength, forcing you to choose your footholds carefully. Until the chute opens into a wide cavern around you, you lower yourself hand over hand, keeping your half-numbed fingers wrapped around the rope. You still can't see the bottom. As you look around, a glint of light catches your eye. You see a small outcropping clinging to the wall nearby. Skeletal remains cluster on the ledge, and between the bones you detect a glimmer. The edge of the outcropping is just close enough that you might be able to swing toward it. This is gonna end up badly, but let's swing it. You have your weight. You heave your weight from side to side, building momentum. The rope creaks under the increasing stress, but the ledge is almost within your reach. You swing once more. As your fingers brush the outcropping, a loud crack resonates down the chute and the rope gives beneath your weight. You experience a panicked moment of free-fall before the rope snags again. While you can't see all the way to the mouth of the chute, you guess that your grappling hook dug into its claws into the ridge of the ice just in time. It's holding. For now. You tighten your grip about the rope and consider your options as the rope creaks softly overhead. I don't think it'll last for long. And if it basically fell once, I don't know if it's any more secure now. So if we're gonna try to swing it, we're gonna get into trouble again. I guess we can always try this again and another time. So let's try to climb down as quickly as possible. When your grappling hook's precarious hold on the ice above, you decide it's best to descend as soon as possible. You carefully slide down the rope while trying to keep it steady. It seems to hold. The open cavern narrows again in an inclined tunnel. Light from below glazes the ice in aquamarine hues. You are near the exit. The walls of the chute close around you as you approach the exit. Footholds become slick and sparse once more. Your hand slips on the ice, the sudden movement jerks the rope, and it groans and a metallic clang booms in the distance above you. The hook comes loose. You fall, wind whistling past your ears and a scream tearing from your throat. You slam against jagged rocks and hard ice, tumbling down the narrow tunnel as the world spins around you. The final crash, the chute spits you out into the open cavern. We don't have athletics, so these always tend to end bad for us. The reason I took this is because I am trying to reach wherever we need to go with as little fighting as possible. I'm not damaged that badly.
Zal is
These have a huge amount of... Red fins have a blowgun that paralyzes. Feel free to do something. Lagupates are also casters, apparently, at least the normal ones. With very limited capabilities, though.
Hey.
And fighting against these should not be a problem. I mean, I don't give a flying fuck about what the Lagu care about, think about us. It's the ogres that's the issue. Troll height build. Endurance regeneration. Hey, ogres. Good. Oh, indeed. They're not that tough.
All right then.
Slightly annoying with their paralysis, but that's all. Key. Scrying chamber key.
Of course.
This looks like it's
To whispers and shadows.
be a secret door here somewhere. Maybe not. Don't want to spend too much time trying to look for one when we clearly don't need it anyway.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Wayfarer's Hide. Grants nature's vigor. Extra defense against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed attacks. Light armor. Superb. This is actually quite nice. Might have a use for it. We have 2 light armor users, I think. This is extra healing received and exceptional. This is just simply better. We can corrode, but it's superb. I don't need to do anything special to it. It has a recovery speed that is negative, that's higher though. Actually no, not even that. So even if I would upgrade it to legendary, it would still have room for improvement. Extra proofing. It's weak on corrode. So well, we basically face someone who uses corrode. It's probably going to be such a dangerous opponent anyway, so I don't know if it matters. And enchanted. Attribute bonuses. Perception maybe? Anything to get extra accuracy. I think she might have might from other sources. Currently has resolve, has might and resolve, so yeah, I don't think adding extra might is gonna do anything. But extra perception, just a couple points, but it'll help. The poor problem is it's very expensive. There's no way to further really improve upon this after that. Let it be. Not that big of a deal. Right.
Spot on!
Leg of Faith, it's stiletto.
Eyes open.
Of course. Now this I haven't seen before.
Interesting. I'm guessing ogres or more ogres are here. So what's the trap protected path?
See now what the flame has shown us?
Blighty eyes.
What?
Raining crap on me.
Spot
Zawa is ready.
Be cautious. Be constant.
The upper cavern, right. Then why... I'm guessing we have the key to the locked room at the start of the upper cavern section. I'd like to at least go and give it a try. We can go on some kind of ogre massacre spree after that. Well, Matron Bergen. Well,
Fish, sweat, sulfur.
Ogre Matron sniffs at the air, her nostrils as wide and dark as two pistol barrels. Ah, good. The smell still lingers.
You approach the flames that whisper clan with the stink of stalwart heavy upon you. You fill our halls with dreams of battle and bloodshed.
A feral grimace parts the matron's teeth. Yet, even while her fingers clamp into fists, she watches you carefully. Why would I attack you? It was the wolf with many mouths clan that attacked Stalwart.
Matron Forgash's clan. But it's rare that you thin-skinned folk know the difference. And stalwart.
Her teeth lock back into a snarl.
The villagers spy on our camps and spoil our hunts. They pick us off only to retreat behind their walls.
Cold fury rumbles in her voice.
Like a crack in the ice, they spread deeper into our lands with each waning moon. But we'll answer them blow for blow.
She punctuates her words by ramming one meaty fist into the other. Well, the villagers seek the White Forge. They're not after you.
Yet they come with weapons in hand, and mark their passage with the blood of my kind.
Wiry black hairs bristle along her arms and neck.
And their strength fails, so they send you to carve a path through the fallen keep.
A shiver runs through her thick flesh. Durgan's battery unsettles you.
Of course it does!
Her hot breath hisses between bared teeth. The other ogres growl and glare at you. It seems the matrons being less aggressive than the males is only a relative comparison.
It's the diseased carcass of a ruined civilization. It festers with restless spirits and rotten magics. I see.
She roars and clutches her head with white, long-fingered hands.
Dreams. Hailstones falling like cannonballs from the ramparts. A frozen gale screeching through the tower door.
Her nails plow trenches through her ropey hair and raise a spot of crimson from her scalp. Finally her growls subside and her breathing slows. She looks back at you with bloodshot eyes. Most dreams are fears given a face, but that does not mean those fears are unfounded.
My dreams drove me to found this clan. Now my dreams tell me that Stalwart's ambition will destroy us.
Stalwarts barely surviving. Last thing they want is further trouble with you or anyone else.
The dreams show me a heap of rubble atop their village. Yet why would they send you?
She slits her eyes, scraping her leathery neck with blade-thick fingernails. Hmm. I heard another adventuring company, members of the Leaden Key, crossed your path. I'm looking for anything they might have found.
The night winds whispered this name to me. They found us clubs and cannons ready. As for what we found on them,
She sighs, heavy plumes gust from her nostrils.
I've more trust in you than those villagers, or the next pack of fools they call here.
She scratches her head, and the rough sound is like the scraping of an iron file.
I'll give you my blessing, and the remains of the last clods that passed through. Perhaps they found something of value to you. But you must keep Stalwart from harassing us further.
She raises one thick brow to regard you. Agreed.
Then take the bounty of your foolish predecessors. May it serve you better.
Her lip twitches. One of the ogre standing near Berrigan mutters something in her ear. You've gained an item, Leaden Key Expedition Journal, Mudika Hood, Leaden Key Robes, 2 potions of major endurance, 6 speckleback jerky, and about 6,000 experience.
You have the peace of flames that whisper, and my thanks for avoiding unnecessary violence to my clan. Morag can give you a place to rest, and access to our supplies. Speak to him at the mouth of the cave.
She raises a scarred and muscled arm and points back the way you came.
I hope your skills are as fine as your words. It is rare that a matron betrays her dreams.
Yay! Someone got a level up. And it seems my efforts weren't totally in vain. Among the kind wayfarers, in the event that a member of the Order dies of natural causes, it is customary for the Paladin to request burial in a dangerous place that is difficult to reach. In fulfilling their lost comrade's requests, the other kind wayfarers forge new paths that others may more easily follow. When the elder paladin Adram Delphar died, his brothers and sisters set out for Red Flower Lake in a remote eastern part of Red Ceres, but they never reached their destination. With so few kind wayfarers left in that part of Eastern Reach, the Order has reached out for assistance in recovering their comrades and helping see them to their resting place. The road to Red Flower Lake turned out to be even more dangerous than the elders of the kind wayfarers had expected. They believed that the attack against Adram Delphar's funeral procession had been carried out by ogres. Instead, Aloth and the kind wayfarers initiates discovered Eotens, twisted two-headed ogres of incredible size and ferocity. Recovering the paladins' bodies was costly, with 5 more initiates dying in the process. In the end, Aloth and 7 kind wayfarers reached Red Flower Lake. There, they hailed a service for Adrim Delphar and the others that died to make their way to the summit. On the way back, the initiates placed marker cairns along the trail to indicate when it had been cleared by the kind wayfarers, and at what cost. Plus 25 defense against weakened attacks. Well, we do. Yay for level ups, but boo for level ups. No new guys got the level up though, so maybe it won't take so long. And we're not looking for equipment upgrades or anything. Maybe more survival. I mean, what else is this guy gonna take? Level 13 fighter. Unbending. 50% of damage taken converted to healing over time. 20% of incoming crits convert to hits, 10% of incoming hits convert to grazes. The fighter lunges through the battle, pulling an enemy into immediate melee range, causing pierce damage and leaving them dazed. I sort of want this. Sometimes battle lines form, and not to my advantage. So some kind of mobility or things like that would help quite a bit. 50% of damage taken redirect to the caster as raw damage. So you'll tank the damage others take. Charge. The fighter dashes across the battlefield in a flash, inflicting crush damage to anyone caught in his or her path. This is probably some kind of an instant, close teleportation attack. The fighter's disengagement attacks have a increased accuracy damage and will knock enemies prone. So hard to ignore that. Immunity to frightened and terrified. I want this. We can cast this, I suppose, on characters, but so I shouldn't take this. But it's very convenient because every kind of a larger boss basically causes frightened and terrified status, and I'm going to have to constantly deal with that somehow. It makes it impossible to hit them without having an immunity to the effect. However, I'm sort of liking the weapon specialization, extra damage. Although that's not his thing. Critical defense. Into the fray. Fling an enemy into immediate melee range. I'll take this. Or do I want to charge? I think I want into the fray. Although charge might be great at initiating a fight. Melee only, speed average. Speed average. Both 2 per encounter with both. This does quite a bit of damage. 59 to 77 crush damage. This does much less damage, but can leave them dazed. I'll take Into the Fray. I have no idea if it's any good, really. Miss Paladin. More survival, maybe. Inspires allies when you down an enemy. Lost in accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. A lot of defenses against a lot of things. $69 to 80 points of raw damage against Fortitude. Destroy. Can destroy any spirit or summoned creature below the paladin's level. Spirits and summoned creatures equal to or greater than the paladin's level take raw damage. So, Spirit Destruction. Healing Chain. Target single ally for healing, but the effects continues to jump between allies for up to 6 times, including the initial hit. I think I'll take the coordinated attacks. Now we just need to pair it with some kind of higher damage dealer. Mainly because I feel we're lacking in attack power, especially on the melee front, so I want to go more on the offensive options. Spell Mastery. Something you can cast once per encounter without any negatives. Endurance restored a little bit when endurance below 20%. It's a fairly weak spell though. The endurance amounts are massive at this point. Circle of Protection, plus 15 to all defenses for 13 seconds. Whole area of effects, melee accuracy lowered, crits convert to hits. 20% of hits convert to crits. This might be good. Immunity to hobbled and stuck. We do want to probably cast this fairly often, so some kind of buff, extra damage. We got our new level spells too. Probably same with the wizard. Get our 7th level spells. You could use more athletics. New spells. Maura's Riding Tentacles. Summon 3 tentacles. Crush corrode damage. -1 move speed. Oh, okay. Wizard summons a black sphere that draws all nearby enemies toward it each time it pulses. It has 21-second duration. Not sure where, well... Seems like that could be very useful. Form of the Helpless Beast. Transforms a single kit enemy into a pig. Pig has very poor defenses, but can move quickly. Against Fortitude, it's not gonna really work. I don't really want summon creatures. Against Fortitude, Lumi. Okay, Lingrat's Sporting Staff. Not gonna use it. Want to see what it does. Summon Weapon. Superb. Deflection plus 25. Hobbles the enemy. Pushes them around. Thane's Chaotic Orb. Named for the eccentric Aeduran wizard Thane. The Chaotic Orb bounces between a number of enemies, dealing damage and inflicting a variety of negative afflictions, including petrified, paralyzed, weakened, sickened, stunned, and blind. 5 bow jumps. Does 25 to 37 crush damage, which is nothing. Okay, if successful, petrified, paralyzed, weakened, sickened, stunned, blinded. 4 jumps, a little bit of crushing damage, and same shit. Yeah, I'll take the Chaotic Orb. Maybe Helpless Beast. Pull away aura. This could be useful, but I don't know if it is. Spell Mastery. A third level spell. Something that we could potentially cast constantly. Bounding missiles. But it's sort of sucks. Minor Blights. So, expose vulnerability. -5 damage reduction, -10 deflection, -10 concentration. Lasts for almost 30 seconds. This is actually quite nice. And it's something we could basically use in every fight. Task fights, good fights, don't matter. 2 cement level spells. We do have to change spells in our grimoire. The Chaotic Orb is fantastic. Don't really care about the Fireball, no. Substantial Phantom, I'm never gonna use it. Right. Mr. Cleric, what did you get? 3 spells. No, we got extra lower level spells too. Immunity to Charm, Terrified, Stunned, Petrified, Paralyzed, Dominated. Immunity to Weaken. 26 seconds. Grants a single ally temporary immunity to a lot of things. We might have gotten something else, but I can't really immediately spot that. Single friendly target immunities. Right. But the new spells. Minor Avatar. Priest gains a supernatural glow as he or she is infused with power. As a minor avatar of their deity, the priest gains bonuses in all attributes, endurance, health, and weapon damage. 20% melee damage and range damage, +8 might, dexterity, constitution, perception, +40 maximum endurance, +8 resolve, +8 intellect. That's 39 seconds duration for us. Resurrection. Single ally is revived and healed. They receive the effects of barring death's door and nearby allies are healed. So they get revived and can't be killed again for 26 seconds. Storm of Holy Fire. Okay. Looks like shit damage. Individual strikes, but it has duration. A terrible rain of fire falls in the area of effect, repeatedly inflicting burn damage on all in the area of effect. Assuming 3-second strikes, it'll probably rain about 4 times. The overall damage is 100 plus, but because it's broken down into multiple different attacks, it's probably not nearly quite as that effective.
Yes?
Right. Mostly pleased by the wizard spell. Fantastic disabling ability. We'll go back down. See if the ogres here are now friendly, allowing me to see what's here. Still, fairly pleased about the outcome. And my gamble on just going try to evade everything in the hopes that I might be able to get some kind of a
All
more
right then.
positive end result out of this seems to have paid off. Mine shafts. Armor. Suppose this would be considered stealing, so we don't steal. We can leave it with keys with our neighbors. We're gonna do that. So we're at the very least we're not going to try to worsen the situation from what it already is. Upper cavern. Different section. It seems like the ogres have access to the battery somehow. That's where they're getting their cannons. Hireling payday. I have 7,000. I need to sell a lot of crap away. Sever horn. The world around you blurs and fades to black. When your vision returns, you find yourself in a small wooden hut, its interior dimly lit by the embers in a nearby fire pit. You're wearing mail armor several sizes too large for you, and clutched in your hand is the ivory horn of some sea creature, one end sharpened to a point. What are we going to do, Garroth? Your sister... No. What are we going to do, Garroth? Your manly sister, Keita, huddles near you, her white eyes fixated on the hut's door, which has been barred shut. The door shudders and splinters beneath heavy blows coming from the other side. Enraged growling can be heard just beyond the door. All at once the world halts around you, the pounding stops. Wooden splinters from the door hang suspended in the air. Keita no longer trembles, no longer breathes, her eyes fixed in place like a doll's. The wisp of essence you had followed to this point in the memory has dwindled to little more than a faint trail. However, you find by concentrating on what might have happened next, you are able to sense whether it truly did. Take cover beside the door. No sooner does your mind touch on the possibility that the world lurches back into motion and a thunderous impact strikes the door crashes inward as the young girl screams. A large creature, resembling a bear and taller than any man in your tribe, steps into the hut with a triumphant roar. It doesn't notice you crouching beside the door. Stab the creature from behind. You plunge the horn deep into the creature's back, and it howls and thrashes in agony. Keita dodges past the creature and flees the hut, and you are not far behind. The roars of the creatures fade. Is that how it happened? It's been so long. Hard to remember. Okay. I guess I'm talking to the spirit. I had... he didn't remember how things went. I had the vision when I picked up a horn. Part of a helm, apparently. A helm, yes. My helm, if I remember it. But who was I? Why haven't I returned to the wheel? Maybe if you knew who you were, you would know whether it was time to move on. That helm is all that remains of my old life. If you have found some of me within one piece, perhaps my memories are scattered with the rest of it. Perhaps there is peace to be found in its reassembling. I'll track down the other parts of your helm. Thank you, my friend. Right. I was confused there for a moment. I didn't notice the spirit popping up there. Gemstones glitter between the veins of iron ore. They're deeply embedded within the cave's wall, and extracting them all intact would require a hammer and chisel as well as a deft touch. Um, yeah, sure. I don't have a deft touch though, but whatever. You managed to retrieve all the gemstones without damaging any of them. Galloon and topazes. Right. Much larger little setup here than I imagined. Still the little... Right, so that's where the leader was, right. There's still the little uh, cave mouth we saw when we descended. The inside of this minecart is caked with blackened grease. It smells of burnt fat. We're gonna have to go to the ice chute again. This time basically try to give it our best to reach the ledge there. Unless I find an alternative way to do the same. I'm guessing the game judges you that you go to the sleeping quarters and the like. You can kill some ogres, but you have to spare most of them. Where's our little store keep? Apparently not here. Right, ice chute. Will we can properly secure the rope this time? And I don't see why everyone has to go down at the same time, but some people stay above here, try to secure it, while one of us goes down. So, no other suitable anchor. It was once in a lifetime opportunity. So be it. Right. Who the hell is the trader? I haven't seen any named people here. So is there someone outside, or do I just talk to the normal ogres and one of them happens to be the trader? Matron Berrigan told me to sell you whatever you want. You here to buy something. Sure. What exactly? Tempered helm. Might plus 20 second per plus 3 might per plus what? Plus 3 might for 20 seconds per kill, plus 5 damage reduction, corrode burn free shock for 20 seconds per kill, minus 5 deflection for 20 seconds per kill. Plus 25 defense against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed attacks, plus 25 defense against charmed, confused, plus 10 defense against dominated. Right. So if you don't care for deflection too much, this is actually a fairly good thing. Plus 2 might. Defense against stuck, paralyzed, hobbled. Minus 50% poison effect tick rate, minus 50% disease effect tick rate. Wild strike burn on spirit shape. Nothing particularly interesting. I'll buy the penwalkers. Rotward amulet could be very nice, but I'm not sure. It would be against very specific type of enemies. Same with the rest of the crap. More importantly, I need to sell some of this shit. I'm starting to be poor. Definitely selling all normal armors. I don't care in the slightest what they are at this point. We're looking at it has to be exceptional or it's not worth putting on. Now I don't have an infinite amount of resources to just enchant everything at that level. So I'm gonna use exceptional or superb items mostly anyway. I mean, there's just tons of these too. We'll see where we are money-wise after we've done the easy, sell off the easy stuff. This should also be the cheap stuff though. I don't expect to get too much money out of this. Enough to pay for hireling expenses and the like, but that's probably about it. Let's look at this shit. I'm not even getting rid of that much, really. Just trying to ease the situation a little bit. I'll leave the rest. Weapons. Yeah, sort of same deal here. I'll get rid of the normal ones. Leave the magical ones. Definitely leaving all the unique ones. I don't really dare to sell the grimoires. I've taken all the spells for my character, so I could teach it to anyone else. What? 9 pages of this shit. Just go away. Remorse too. We don't have to sell every grimoire, but definitely want to get rid of some of this shit. We're still gonna be left with absolutely massive amount of crap. Right, page 4. Getting closer to 40,000 copper pieces. We're selling the cheap stuff here. There's this massive amount of duplicates on the item front. Yeah, I think that's enough grimoire sold. $42,000. So we're selling away some of the normal helmets and cloaks and the like. I mean, really, we are not gonna use them. Pages and pages and pages of this shit. Oh, a ring. Not sell the ring. Probably some kind of a... It's a membership ring. Not that important at this stage, I'd say, but also no reason to get rid of it. Right. You're still left with the important crap, but now we have 52,000 copper pieces. So we're not totally poor anymore. Right. Rosetwood Crater is still a bit of a mystery to me. Why is it even there? What exactly cratered there? By the way, not don't want to go to Durgan's Battery. I want to go back to the village to report our results of this. There's a couple of other quests we've finished too. I don't recall. We got rid of the slavers. We rescued the son of the hunter. And the ogres. I suppose those are the 3 important ones. We do need to talk about the ogre situation anyway, because we need to make sure that they're not... You sense the presence of one of the other pieces of Garroth's helm nearby. Well, fuck.
Anyone ever tell you that you have the best accent?
What? No, I mean, some have. Men. Foolish praise in any case. It's just an ordinary Valian accent.
Come on, say it one more time. Please?
Shodari. Dondari. Vecente comane nishomenet.
How close by are we talking about? I suppose somewhere in this village is the other piece. Might as well go and take a look at these houses. There aren't that many of them.
Got to speak up? My...
Wonder, do I get a better indication if I get to an area like that? Or do I have to just go rummaging through people's cupboards and try to see if I can find something? I'm guessing there's some kind of a spirit interaction location where we reach the correct place. Maybe. Although there wasn't in the first part. Don't know why there should be in the second.
Any luck with Durgan's battery?
No.
You did right in parlaying with Baragon. Don't know that anyone else here is gonna see it that way, but I thought you should know.
He gives you a thoughtful nod before turning back to the fire. Okay. Guess that's it. The hunter and their fugitive in the tavern. Those are definitely ones where we need to report what happened.
Please tell me you found it. I've got a craving like...
Thermal pearl. And we need to go to the temple to talk to the missing chests, where they're supposedly dumping the equipment people give them, but they're not. They've been stealing them.
Any progress with Devala?
She said you agreed to your indenture and that you killed a boy in your escape.
And I thought you were going to get rid of Devala, not sell me out to her.
He takes a deep breath, but his eyes are still focused on you.
What she said is true. I had a gambling problem when I was younger. I've paid 7 years of my life for it. I won't pay any more.
As for the boy, I didn't want to hurt him, but he saw me as I was sneaking out of the stockade.
His shoulders go limp and his gaze distant at the memory. He shakes his head.
I wish it had gone differently, but I'd do it again. Anything to keep from getting sent back to that place.
He looks at you again, backing away. I've already killed her.
Oh, thank the gods. Every last one of them. I never thought I'd see this day. And thank you most of all. Here, take this. And tell Hafric that he can keep the rest of the week's fee. I'm off.
I don't see the point of trying to capture him and keep him in prison. New quest. A place of great silence. I don't care who gets assigned. The bard might know the local legends.
Got rid of that little fella, eh? Take this with my thanks. Didn't need his trouble around here. Anyway, what brings you back?
I thought you might want to know that Rayfald asked me to steal your liquor.
He did he? That shifty little crook never learned. I'll have it put away somewhere safe. Thank you for doing the decent thing. Here, for your honesty.
Can't talk to her. Need to talk to the hunter, need to talk to the Impel people. Need to do the level ups. The barbarian and the monk. Hmm. Summons two physical manifestations of suffering, one made of flame, other of ice. Maybe I should take these wound requiring abilities. Every serious fight causes me to have some wounds. Long range fists. Hmm. 50% chance to reflect range attacks on misses. Generates a shockwave around the monk each time he or she gains a wound, inflicting a small amount of damage to and possibly calling an interrupt on all enemies in the area. I'd rather not get at all. One wound gives you plus 25% attack speed. I'll take this. It's fairly cheap ability. And plus 25% more than compensates for the armor. Characters hitting self. Okay. Barbarian reflexively lashes out at anyone who hits him or her in melee, doing raw damage to anyone unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end. So every time you do damage to her, she does raw damage to you. Goes right through all defenses. Dragon Leap. This was very nasty. It's not the damage, but break engagement, immune to engagement. Basically, you can position yourself at will behind enemy lines, even in a fight. I'll take this. This was very, very nasty and annoying. If we need to basically struck at vulnerable targets, that's the thing to have. Thirsk. His son was the spirit shifted wolf or werewolf.
Will take some time, but Muran, Soldrin explained some part of what you did to save him, but I still cannot quite believe it. To think all this time.
You couldn't have known, Father. Everything that happened, it was my doing. I tried to free myself, but
There will be time enough for that. Let us not dwell on it now.
Stranger, I never imagined I could not hope to see my son again. But you have returned him to me.
There's no reward I can offer you that will match that, but I hope you will accept this.
Cloak of the Frozen Hunt. Glad to be of assistance.
You will always be welcome here. May the gods turn their gaze from you, stranger, and may your path be clear.
Father wants me to stay inside for a time. I don't think I can face anyone just yet.
Is it any good cloak? It's a unique cloak. Plus 10% range damage, plus 6 accuracy against beasts, plus 3 damage reduction increase. It's a decent cloak. Accuracy against beasts. Well, that didn't really get us much. 4,000 experience points. What the hell has the horn? Well, actually it's not necessarily a horn. Another piece of the helmet anyway. Okay, we still need to talk to the temple people. Would you happen to possess an old helm? Or a horn that looks like it's supposed to be attached to a helm? Maduran opens a compartment in his wagon and pulls out a cracked horn partially wrapped in cloth.
One of the villagers sold me this during a previous visit. He said it came from some rare lake creature and was quite valuable. It's been dismissed as junk whenever I tried to resell it. Unless you know otherwise.
Uh, I'll be honest. Yes, it's part of an artifact I'm trying to recover. I do run beams.
Ah, so not another bad investment on my part then. 600 pounds is my price.
Sure. The world fades and your vision blurs. When it returns, you find yourself in the icy waters of a bay. Your body numb from the cold and your lungs burning from exertion. Nearby are Arhel and Badr. Both of them are swinging madly in an effort to pass you. On the distant shore await the other members of your tribe, and with them Olara, daughter of the chieftain. It is for her hand that the three of you are competing today.
Give it up, Garrod.
Arhel passes you, despite your best efforts. You can't quite catch up. You look around to see where Badron is. It is Badron? Well, Badron is. It's by sheer chance that you catch sight of the sea serpent's head surging toward your group. As before, the world stops. The memory trail lost without your guidance. Attack the serpent. Your fatigue falls away as you turn to face the serpent. It charges you, its jaws wide, its foot-long teeth flashing in the sunlight. At the last moment you dodge to the side as its jaw snaps shut. You are a hair too slow, and one of the serpent's horns tears open your forearm to the bone. You grit your teeth against the sudden pain and wrap your arms around the serpent's neck before it can turn around. It rushes and rolls wildly, trying to throw you off. You hang on for dear life, weaker with every breath as your blood drains. You do the only thing you think of and jam your fist straight through the serpent's eye, burying your arm as far as it can go. The serpent whips around in agony and your grip slips. You tumble through the air as your consciousness fades.
The race. How could I have forgotten the events of that day?
Garrosh looks at his hands.
I remember it now, but I feel no different yet. Please, you must find the last part of my helm.
I took the option of basically trying to go below water as to allow the sea serpent to attack my competition there. Right. I doubt we're gonna find another piece of the helm in this town here. So not gonna even bother trying. Right, let's talk about your missing items. We'll leave things at that. Hopefully there's not gonna be a fight here. I certainly don't want to fight these. I found your chests. They're filled only with rocks. I see. No use in keeping the charade any longer, is there? Her group springs into action. The sound of unsheathing blades fill the room. But we shouldn't act so rashly. He holds up a hand. The thieves keep their weapons pointed at you. We've been pretending, yes, but is it so different from what Andra's priests do? Villagers and travelers give us things they want to forget. We make them disappear. Isn't that the same thing? We aren't murderers. We prefer to be as far away from this cursed place as we can. Laughter gestures at her accomplices. Why make a bloody mess out of this? I'm willing to help you look the other way. He fixes her eyes on you. It's not in our nature. Not a chance. I'll let the villagers decide what to do with you. Hafnia stiffens her face hard. As she raises her arm, the folds of her robe fall back to reveal a cocked pistol pointing at you. Excellent. What is that? Into the fray. Well, we probably don't need it here. You. Dragon Leap of the Spellweaver. I want you to just lay him out of fight. As it has start new spells. Chaotic Orb, please.
Hey.
Right, now that you're there, murder the Spellweaver, please. Right. Right, easy fight. I guess that gives us the amulet.
Of course.
Step lightly.
White Crest Armor, Heavy Armor, Overwhelming Wave, Dancing Bolts. I don't really use those. Cochrana's Heirloom. Some wrap on another one. London Key Expedition Journal. I need to go through that at some point. Not now. Okay, I'm pretty sure I took a Grimoire out of this, but apparently I didn't. The weapon. The side of that grimoire. I doubt it had anything particularly interesting, but still. Guess it's this one. I'm not seeing anything interesting. Right. Right. Report success, leave it at that. We'll head to the eastern side. Go after the pearl, probably another piece of the helmet. There could be another variety of quests there. We'll see. But this went fairly well. We missed out on some treasure item, but that's about it. I know where the gift bearer cast your heirlooms away.
Did you find them? What of the medallion?
Uh, the chest of offerings to Andra were empty.
How's that possible?
He scratches his bristly beard, murmuring to himself. A flash of understanding crosses his face.
Someone took it. Who, do you know?
No, the priests of Andra are actually thieves. They tricked you.
The priest?
Akron spits the words out. I've already dealt with them.
But what of my offering?
Well, I have your medallion. I have the armor too.
Let's see it.
The dwarf draws a wide smile under his bristly beard. Here it is. Akron takes the medallion gingerly in his palms, taking care not to smudge it with his sturdy fingertips.
Yes, it's her medallion.
He smiles and manages to pull his attention back to you.
You've done good here today, I swear. If I had a kingdom's treasure to give you in return.
I've also found your armor.
I don't need it. I don't know what I'd do with it. Keep it. More luck to you.
He turns around and walks away, looking not at the path ahead, but at the precious heirloom clenched in his hands. Even so, the stride of his short legs seemed filled with confidence. Another 4,000 experience. Right, we need about 10,000 for level up. And I don't really look forward to them too much at this point. Yeah, we're getting great things out of the level ups, but at the same time, I think even if we wouldn't get a single additional level ups, we could probably handle most of the things coming our way. Taxes collected.